You don't get what you want in life. You get what your self-image says you deserve. Your reality is not shaped by your efforts, but by your identity. Right now, there is a mental photograph of yourself burned into your subconscious. It dictates how much money you earn, who you attract, and how far you rise before you sabotage yourself back down. You didn't choose this image. It was installed before you turned 7. Self-image controls reality. In the next few minutes, you're going to understand exactly how this invisible blueprint works, why it's been holding you hostage, and how to reprogram it so completely that reality has no choice but to obey your new design. The mirror lie. Most people think they see themselves clearly. They believe the image in the mirror of their mind is accurate. It's not. It's a lie built from every criticism, every failure, and every judgment thrown at you before you could even defend yourself. Pioneering plastic surgeon Dr. Maxwell Maltz discovered something disturbing in his practice. The self-image is the key to human personality and human behavior. Change the self-image, and you change the personality and the behavior. Patients who received perfect facial reconstruction still felt ugly. Their external reality changed, but their internal self-image didn't. And the internal image won every single time. Your self-image is not who you are, but who you were programmed to believe you are. How many times have you received a compliment and immediately dismissed it? How many times have you succeeded at something and felt like a fraud? That's not humility. That's your distorted self-image rejecting evidence that contradicts its programming. Until you fix that mirror, nothing outside of you will truly change. But here's where it gets even deeper. Mental blueprint. Your self-image operates exactly like a thermostat in your house. Mental thermostat controls everything. Set it to 70 degrees and no matter what happens outside, the system brings the temperature back to 70. Your brain works the same way. If your self-image is set to 60,000 a year, you might have a breakout month. But watch what happens next. You overspend, you miss opportunities, you sabotage deals. Your internal thermostat drags you right back to baseline. This isn't weakness, this is neuroscience. Your reticular activating system literally filters reality to match your self-image. Your brain decides what you see based on who you believe you are. It decides what you notice and what you ignore. Your brain is actively working against you, and you don't even know it. We process roughly 11 million bits of information per second, but we're only consciously aware of about 50. Your self-image decides which 50 make it through. Your identity is choosing your reality every single second of every day. And this leads us to something most people never realize. Invisible ceiling. Every person walking this earth has an invisible ceiling above their head. You can't see it, you can't touch it. But the moment you try to rise above it, something pulls you back down. Ceiling. This ceiling isn't made of glass, it's made of beliefs. It is the exact height your self-image allows you to reach, not 1 inch higher. Studies show that nearly 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt within a few years. They got the money, but their self-image never expanded to hold it. Their thermostat was set to broke, so broke is exactly where they returned. Now think about the opposite. Billionaires who have lost everything and rebuilt it multiple times. Their self-image is set to abundance, so abundance is where they always return. If this pattern is hitting close to home right now, hit like and subscribe to keep breaking through these invisible ceilings with me. Because what comes next might be the most important thing you hear all year. As Napoleon Hill wrote after studying over 500 millionaires, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But here's the part nobody talks about. Poverty program. Before you turned 7 years old, your brain was in what scientists call theta state. The same brainwave frequency used in hypnosis. Childhood programming runs your life. During those years, you weren't analyzing information. You were downloading it directly into your subconscious. Every time your parents argued about bills, your subconscious recorded it. Every time someone said money doesn't grow on trees, your brain filed it as absolute truth. Dr. Bruce Lipton's research in epigenetics revealed that 95% of our behavior is controlled by subconscious programs installed before age 7. You are running on software that was written by a child. You didn't choose your beliefs about money. You didn't choose your beliefs about success. You didn't choose your beliefs about what you deserve. A child chose them for you. That child had zero critical thinking, zero life experience, and zero understanding of how the world actually works. Yet here you are decades later, still running that outdated software. As Freud observed, the mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. The 6/7 below the surface is where your programming lies. But what if you could finally access it? The identity gap. There's a war happening inside you right now. On one side is who you present to the world. On the other is who your self-image says you really are. That gap between the two is where all your suffering lies. When you pretend to be confident but feel like a fraud inside, that's the gap. When you set ambitious goals but secretly believe you'll fail, that's the gap. When you tell people you're doing great but lie awake at 3 a.m. filled with doubt, that's the gap. Carl Jung understood this deeply. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Here's what nobody tells you about this gap. It takes enormous energy to maintain. Every single day, you spend mental and emotional fuel trying to hold up an image that doesn't match your internal programming. The exhaustion you feel isn't from working too hard. It's from being someone you're not. That's why so many successful-looking people are secretly miserable. They built an external life their self-image can't sustain. The solution isn't lowering your goals. It's raising your self-image to match them. And that brings us to exactly how to do it. Neural rewiring. Neuroscience has proven something remarkable. Your brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Your imagination is the most powerful reprogramming tool you possess. When Olympic athletes visualize their race in perfect detail, their muscles fire in the exact same patterns as during actual competition. Brain scans confirm it. The neural pathways are identical. This means you can literally rewire your self-image by flooding your brain with vivid images of who you're becoming. Not who you wish you were, who you are becoming. There's a critical difference. Rewire your neural pathways. Maxwell Maltz developed a technique he called theater of the mind. For 30 minutes a day, you sit in a relaxed state and mentally rehearse being the person your new self-image demands. You see yourself handling wealth with ease. You feel the confidence of someone who belongs in rooms of power. As the great Neville Goddard taught, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. This isn't positive thinking. This is neural architecture. You are building new pathways your brain will follow automatically, but there's a frequency component most people miss entirely. Wealth frequency. Your self-image broadcasts a signal to the world around you. When it's set to lack, you broadcast lack. People sense it. Opportunities avoid it. Money flows away from it. When your self-image shifts to abundance, everything reverses. You are a walking broadcasting station, transmitting your self-image to the world. Have you ever noticed that when you feel genuinely good about yourself, things just seem to work? Parking spots appear, people smile at you, deals close effortlessly. That's not coincidence, that's alignment. Your self-image changed temporarily and reality responded. The universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. The wealthy understand this instinctively. They don't chase money. They become the kind of person money chases. They don't hunt opportunities, they become a magnet for them. Their self-image is so aligned with abundance that reality has no choice but to deliver. You can think positive all day long, but if your self-image is tuned to scarcity, scarcity is all you'll attract. But knowing this isn't enough. You need physical anchors to lock it in permanently. Identity anchors. Changing your self-image isn't just a mental exercise. You need physical anchors in the real world to lock it in. Anchor your new identity. Think about this. Every environment you enter triggers a specific version of you. Walk into your childhood home and watch how quickly you regress. Walk into a high-end hotel and notice how your posture changes. Your environment is constantly activating different self-images. The wealthy use this deliberately. They curate their spaces, their wardrobes, and their social circles to reinforce their abundant self-image. 1. Change your environment to match your new identity. 2. Dress as the person you are becoming. 3. Surround yourself with people at your next level. 4. Create daily rituals that reinforce your new standard. Your environment is either building your self-image or quietly destroying it. When you physically change your surroundings to match your new self-image, you create what psychologists call cognitive consistency. Your brain sees the external evidence and begins accepting the new programming as truth. The mirror starts to change. And once the mirror changes, everything reflected in it transforms too. But there's one final piece that makes all of this permanent. Reality bends. There's a moment in every transformation when reality bends. It doesn't happen gradually. It happens all at once. Shift. One day you wake up and the old you feels like a stranger. The doubts that used to consume you feel foreign. The limitations that once defined you seem absurd. That is the moment your self-image has fully upgraded. Reality breaks and rebuilds itself around your new identity. Scientists call this a phase transition. Like water turning to ice at exactly 0 degrees, nothing changes gradually. It's liquid, 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 then suddenly solid. Your self-image works the same way. You rehearse, you anchor, you persist, and then one day everything clicks. The shift happens when you change your identity, not just your actions. Most people wait for evidence before they believe. The wealthy believe first and then create the evidence. They hold an image so powerful that reality has no choice but to reorganize around it. Your crowned mind reshapes the world. This is how every great leap in human achievement has occurred, and it starts with one single decision. The new code. Everything you've heard today comes down to one decision. Not a decision about what to do, but a decision about who to be. Install the new code. Starting tonight, you are going to sit in silence for 30 minutes before sleep. Your brain enters theta state naturally as you drift off. The same brainwave state you were in as a child when all that old programming was installed. This time, you are going to install new software deliberately. See yourself wealthy, not wishing for wealth, being wealthy. Feel the emotions of someone whose self-image is permanently set to abundance. Let your nervous system experience it as real. 30 minutes of intentional reprogramming every night rewrites decades of limitation. Do this for 21 consecutive nights without missing one. By day 7, your thoughts begin to change. By day 14, your behavior shifts without effort. By day 21, people around you start treating you differently because your frequency has fundamentally changed. As William James, the father of modern psychology, declared, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes of mind." You now know what 95% of people will never understand. Your self-image is the command center of your entire life. Reprogram it, and reality follows. You came into this video believing that reality shapes who you are. Now you know the truth. You shape your reality. Your self-image is not a reflection of your circumstances. Your circumstances are a reflection of your self-image. Every limitation you've experienced, every ceiling you've hit, every time you've sabotaged your own success, it wasn't bad luck. It was bad programming, and programming can be rewritten. Tonight, close your eyes and install the upgrade. See yourself as the person who already has everything you desire. Feel it, believe it, become it. As Marcus Aurelius wrote 2,000 years ago, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Dye yours with gold. If you made it this far, comment self-image upgraded to prove you're ready to rewrite your code. Your mind is either programmed for wealth or poverty. Now you know how to reprogram it. If this exposed something deep within you, subscribe. Your transformation is just beginning.